I am Clive Lloyd.
I am Colin Croft.
I am Andy Roberts.
I am Garner.
If I had been coached, I would not have been effective. We were, the one thing that I know that we were is natural. Coaches nowadays have to justify their existence. So they don't enhance. Generally, most of them do not enhance the natural abilities of the cricketer. What they do is try to change. Hence, so many injuries. You can't change somebody's natural skills. A coach in the Caribbean said this to me. This guy bowls right-handed, but if I had the will of him, I'd turn him into a left-handed bowler. And this guy had a level 2, and I stood up there, am I going mad?
1986, I did my first coaching course. Yeah. I was somewhere down in Watchet in Somerset. There's a coach telling me, looking at me on video and saying, if I used to run up this way, it would be different. And I said to him, hey, I'm 6'8", 250 pounds. Tell me how many people you know 6'8" and 250 pounds who played a cricket career for 9 years, never got injured except for a broken finger.
General.
And then you come and tell me about running up and bowling side on. He said that all the people who were bowling side on had back problems.
No, yeah.
And I said, hey.
I never had.
But you were different. Look at your height. You're 6 foot. And I'm saying, hey, we all built differently. What we have to do is to find out what works for us, perfect it. Don't try to change it, just perfect it.
He said he did his coaching certificate in 1986. I have never done one. Never had any intention of doing it.
I did mine in 1996.
My interest is to work with fast bowlers. And the best thing for you to do with any young fast bowlers, the first thing you ask him, are you comfortable doing what you're doing?
Correct. Simple.
As long as he said yes, then you work with what he has. I remember there was a few years back, every fast bowler used to run in like this and get their arms like this. I don't know what they're looking for. Get the arms like this and forget this.
Yeah.
Because the higher, not all the way up there, if you bend it, and the more force you come down with, because you can't bowl fast unless you get force behind your delivery.
Momentum, yep.
Yeah.
Now people shout about coaches and this and that. Our coaches were in the team.
That was the coach.
He was the coach, Andy Roberts was the coach, Garner was the coach. We started together, but he would come to me and say, Crofty, why you don't try this? Mikey would come up, Gordon Greenwich, Desmond Haynes, Viv, Derek, everybody would put their 2 cents in to make the team better. We weren't always excellent, but we tried hard for it.
When we see a batsman with a weakness and we go into the nets, you know, we tell this batsman, look, you're weak in this position, so you're not going to get any ball other than what the area in which you're weak in. So we will pinpoint the strengths and the weaknesses and work at it in the nets.
If we lost a game, the dressing room was toxic. Mm-hmm. And when the dressing room was toxic,
and
it was
toxic.
Afterwards
were long.
And not only long, but toxic. Mm-hmm. Because if you messed up, we were able to say to each other, hey, you are responsible for part of the thing that we're going through. But it was not taken personally because everybody was just frank and open with each other.
Remember, you gotta understand something about this. Clive Lloyd was, in a sense, a generation ahead of us.
Father figure too.
Remember, first time I saw Clive Lloyd must have been 1971 in Guyana. But he was a generation. He played for the West Indies, what, 1968? 66. I was 11 years before I played. There's a whole generation ahead of me. So it was not so much, okay, you're tremendous in the West Indies team, excuse me, but if you wanted advice, you could ask him about anything. Clothes. No, I'm being very frank here. Cricket-wise, you probably would listen a little bit more than if it was somebody your own age, if you know what I mean. Because in those days, it wasn't so much like I was a father figure, but more like somebody from a different time. He played with Frank Worrell.
So Frank
No,
was
didn't play.
No.
He was, well, he told us he was manager for you guys, right? Didn't play with it.
I
But
just watch, bro.
what I'm saying is, he was a 10 year ahead of us, right? So you said, and I mean, that's where we grew up thinking, boy, that man must know a little bit more about this cricket than I do. He's been playing 10 years.
I think it's how you want to be known. You want to be known as, you know, a guy who's just making 20s and 30s. You want to make hundreds. I want our players, our young players, to think big. But, you know, if I get to 30, I, you know, mark my crease again, I want to get another 30. And then I mark again and I want to, you can teach people that. You can speak to them about that. Concentration. Like Gavaskar, that's the greatest thing that he had, concentration. He was a marvelous batsman with that sort of thing. Your powers of concentration. And this is what cricket is all about. Once you keep your, I would tell players that the minute you start dominating where you're going to hit the next ball, you're losing concentration. Because you don't know where it's going to come. You know, so the point is concentration. All the time you have to keep there, you know, wanting to bat. And you have to love batting as a batsman. You want to stay out there. You know, bat until your shirt is wet.
Patience is the name of the game, Andy. You know, people ask me all sorts of questions about bowling and all this, but I'm of the opinion that if you're a patient person, you don't have to do anything. Stick to the plan. Don't get frustrated. I'm the most patient person in the world. You gotta come and look for me. I don't have to look for you. I am not giving you anything. You have to try something. I'm not going to try anything. Yeah, like and sometimes you see it not only in most of the teams, fellas bowl 4 dot balls, and the 5th ball or the 6th ball they go searching.
You're searching for
What you got searching for? What are you searching for? Bowl a 5th dot ball. Let the batsman come for you. Bowl a 6th ball. Let the batsman come for you. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. If you're patient, it will come your way. And to me, it was easy. The pressure is building up. England behind.
They were 138 for 1, I think.
After 30-somebody overs, and they got 6 overs to bowl, that's 30 balls. That's not you got to worry about. Or you ain't got to worry about them. You got to worry about them. So all they got to do is keep it tight, and I keep bowling at the stumps. If you want me, come for me.
Yeah, but the difference is he was a master
At the Yorker.
Yorker bowler.
Yeah. He did it.
No,
at will.
he's coming from 6'8", 6'9". You can't play that.
Plus the
Now you have
extra
2
as
guys
well.
in the team who's also coming from that height. They can't bowl a Yorker.
But I never saw you guys bowl too many slow balls.
I used to
Well,
try to
I used to bowl slow
leg
balls.
break.
I used to
I
bowl
didn't
slow
see
balls.
too much. I'm
But it was different.
Yeah.
When you bowl your slow ball, because the ball came from a different
Right.
field, rather than coming out the seam, your slow ball used to come off the flat side.
Preparation. Now, these days, it is very difficult to prepare properly for any tournament. These guys play maybe 2-3 test series a year, and then they might do a couple of one-day internationals a year for the West Indies, but then they play in all of these T20 leagues all over the world. We only played 50-over cricket and test matches, so we had a little bit more time to prepare, but our preparation was a little bit more intense. I played for Guyana. Play for the West Indies for me was really easy. I used to bowl 30 and 35 and 40 overs for Guyana every day, literally, as a fast bowler. It was easy. Training, we ran. I maintain that you cannot get fit in a gym. You could get strong in a gym. You gotta run the streets, you gotta run the beach, you gotta run the sand.
You gotta have good wheels.
You gotta run. Me, I was an air traffic controller. I ran the airport. I did at 3 o'clock in the morning. Preparation.
People keep saying that these guys are playing too much cricket. Yes, they're playing a lot of cricket, but are the bowlers bowling too many overs?
No.
In county cricket, we bowled 700-800.
You know,
Yes.
I asked a chap,
Now they bowl 4 overs.
I asked a group of young fast bowlers, how many overs you bowl in a first class in a year? Say, maybe 100 and something. So I said, okay, my first year of county cricket, I bowled over 800 overs in county
cricket.
championships.
Not 40 overs.
Not the John.
Not,
50 overs or
no,
60.
that did not count in the John Player League, which was
Or the
8
Gillette Cup.
overs, nor the Gillette Cup,
Which was 6.
nor the Benson and
Benson and
Hedges.
Hedges. Yeah.
So in total, you could say I bowled nearly
1200 maybe.
900
Maybe more,
to
maybe
1,000
1,000.
overs.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is
point-
only in county cricket. But then I gone off to Australia to play for West Indies. And before coming to England, I would bowl over 150 overs in Shell Shield.
Shield.
So you see.
So don't tell me about
And that's
you
preparation
have
to play for the West
prepare for it.
Indies.
And I must say, listen, I used to work hard. I would train basically every day. I would bowl maybe for 2 hours at one stump because I need to hit that stump to gain accuracy. And that is what, which was important in one-day cricket. Because if you can put the ball where you want it, that will restrict the batsman from scoring.
See, now that's the point I'm making. I hear what he said. He would practice with one stump. A guy plays a T20 game now. He bowls 4 overs.
Yeah.
That's the end of that. That's what I was talking about the preparation. So he's bowled what? 24 balls? Maybe 30. He might bowl a couple of wides and a couple of no balls. But he's bowled 30 balls today. He's bowled 2 hours. You see the difference? The preparation. They might have played a full game, but they bowled 4 overs.
When you look at the training we used to go through, and Dennis has 2 days, and he puts you through the paces. You know, when you came in, you know that, hey, I've had a good workout. And that is why we were successful. How many injuries did we have? Not a lot.
But you can afford to be injured.
Well,
No, you couldn't afford to be injured.
But that's what I'm saying. You couldn't
You
afford to be
couldn't
injured
afford to
because
be
you didn't get
injured.
back a place.